Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to talk about the current situation of Dallas Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy and his relationship with the team owner Jerry Jones. Recently there have been rumors that McCarthy is fed up with Jones, but these reports have been refuted by sources within the organization. Let's explore all the details of this story and what it means for the future of the Cowboys. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We have new videos every day bringing you the latest news and analysis from the sports world. Let's get started. Report that Mike McCarthy is fed up with Jerry Jones is refuted. Reports that Dallas Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy is fed up with Jerry Jones, undermining him, have been refuted by people within the organization. A report this week stirred the suggestion that Dallas Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy is getting fed up with Jerry Jones. The report pointed to the Cowboys' lack of urgency with contract extensions for Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, along with the lack of moves in free agency. However, this report is now being refuted. The Dallas Morning News spoke with people within the Cowboys organization who referred to the report as overly dramatic. While downplaying that McCarthy is fed up with Jones, the relationship between the head coach and the team's executives still has its difficult moments. Some of McCarthy's issues have more to do with how the Cowboys conduct business, regardless of the coach, and are a byproduct of the relationship with today's players, the report states. One example of this is Micah Parsons. McCarthy was upset because the Cowboys' star pass rusher did not show up for the early stages of the voluntary offseason program, while new defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer was implementing a new scheme. McCarthy was also upset with how the Cowboys handled Ezekiel Elliott, whom they signed after the NFL draft this spring. McCarthy was supposedly anxious about losing Elliott to another team. McCarthy is entering the last year of his contract and hopes to secure an extension after leading the Cowboys to 3 consecutive 12-win seasons. McCarthy hired agent Don Yee during the offseason to represent him in negotiations. Ultimately, McCarthy's future in Dallas will depend on the team's performance this season. If they have another disappointing postseason run, Jerry Jones and company will likely look for another coach for 2025. Will Jerry Jones fire Mike McCarthy during the season? Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has exercised patience with his coaches most of the time, but he has made an in-season change before. Could this happen with Mike McCarthy? When looking for a replacement for Jason Garrett, the Dallas Cowboys cast one of the shortest nets in NFL history. Looking for their new coach, team owner Jerry Jones had a list of qualifications that essentially led them to look at Mike McCarthy and Marvin Lewis. McCarthy was hired after a sleepover with Jones, and it happened as everyone outside the organization expected. The Cowboys had great success during the regular season, followed by complete failures in the playoffs. Overall, McCarthy is 42-25 and is on the heels of 3 consecutive 12-win seasons. In the playoffs, however, he is 1-3, with the latest loss being at home to McCarthy's former team, the Green Bay Packers. In the last season of his original 5-year contract, McCarthy is a weak coach with no power. This has generated some frustration on his part as he feels undermined by Jones, however, might think differently. He has never been shy about believing he knows what is best and feels that McCarthy was the right hire to get this team over the hump and back to the Super Bowl. As that hasn't happened, there has been endless speculation that Bill Belichick could replace McCarthy. Although Belichick and Jones have not met this season, the possibility of them partnering in 2025 is still under discussion, and there is mutual interest. But will Jones remain patient for that long if McCarthy and the Cowboys struggle in 2025? It is not normal for Jones to make a coaching change during the season only once in his career. In 2010, he pulled the trigger on Wade Phillips and replaced him with Jason Garrett, the young offensive coordinator Jones believed could be his Tom Landry. Garrett ended up giving them 9.5 years of frustration before McCarthy came in. With very little change in the organizational culture, Jones is still pointing fingers at everyone but Jones. But that doesn't mean McCarthy will be gone before 2024 ends. The main difference here is the lack of an internal replacement. As much as Jones admires Belichick, he won't hire him in October or November. he also won't risk promoting someone who might win over the team and disrupt his dream scenario. This is why the lack of a young hand-picked option by Jones, like Garrett, who was hired before Wade Phillips, means there are only two ways this ends. One is with McCarthy finally getting them to the NFC Championship game and not losing in a heartbreaking manner, or with Jerry Jones handing the keys to what will be 73-year-old Bill Belichick. Either way, it should at least be entertaining. Besides the turbulent relationship between McCarthy and Jones, there is constant pressure from the media and fans for the Cowboys to return to their glory days. This expectation places additional weight on McCarthy, who needs to deliver impressive results not only in the regular season, but also in the playoffs. Jones's patience, combined with the franchise's high expectations, creates an environment where every decision and performance is intensely scrutinized. Another relevant factor is the internal dynamics of the team. Key players like Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb expect the team's management to provide them with support and stability to perform their best football. Hesitation in extending contracts and a cautious approach in free agency can be seen as signs of insecurity or lack of commitment to long-term success. This can influence the team's morale and affect on-field performance. Managing strong personalities and emerging talents is another critical area. McCarthy needs not only to manage Jones's expectations, but also to maintain a cohesive and focused locker room. The situation with Micah Parsons illustrates how small disagreements can turn into bigger issues if not addressed properly. McCarthy's ability to navigate these turbulent waters will be a determining factor in his success or failure in Dallas. Finally, the financial aspect cannot be ignored. The team's performance directly impacts the revenue generated from sponsorships, ticket sales, and merchandise. A successful season not only boosts the team's and fans' morale, but also brings significant economic benefits. Jerry Jones, being an astute businessman, is aware of this and expects McCarthy to align sports interests with the franchise's commercial goals. Thus, McCarthy's future with the Cowboys does not depend solely on his relationship with Jones, but on a complex web of factors including on-field performance, talent management, team cohesion, and financial considerations. The current season will be decisive in determining whether McCarthy can overcome these challenges and secure his position the team. So, folks, what did you think of this analysis of the relationship between Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones? Do you think McCarthy will be able to overcome the challenges of this season and secure his future with the Cowboys? Leave your opinion in the comments that I think phrase. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your like and share it with friends. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, take the opportunity to subscribe now and turn on notifications. Remember, we have new videos every day with lots of interesting content for you. See you next time.